Oh boy, we are searching for the answers as to India versus South Africa, second T20I AajTak. Batting looks top form. Captaincy maybe 10% Rishabh Pant's misjudgment, 90% it didn't work. Bowling is an area of concern. So
just reduce the font. And why is it so dark, Anurag, today? Acha, maybe the screen is like that, is it?
Yeah. It's clear.
And reduce the font of the whole thing. It's too big. Yuk Parmar is there, Shreyas is there, Nofil Zach.
Hi.
Hello guys.
Changes. After one game.
Why are you saying only 10% Rishabh Pant? I think more of Rishabh Pant has to take the blame.
We were all panning him for not giving Yuzvendra Chahal the full quota of overs. But apart from that, the rest of the bowling didn't click. That wasn't Rishabh Pant's fault. And Harshal Patel bowling round the wicket when it did not yield success even in the IPL. And that too when one part of the boundary was so small. Misjudgment. Maybe the bowler only decided that I want to do that. Bhuvi not firing was a big setback. Akshar, again, we went with that team combination thinking that okay, it might be suitable for that particular track. But now, I think whatever changes we will be talking about, primarily I think it will come in the bowling department. Not so much in the batting because the batsman clicked. Ishan clicked. Shreyas looked good.
No, Ishan and Ruturaj, you don't even have an option. They click or don't click, what are you going to do?
That is also there.
They are playing.
Yeah, so Ruturaj and Ishan will be persistent for the entire series. Shreyas will be there.
So batting is fine. I mean, what about everyone pointing out Shreyas's weakness against short pitch bowling? Everyone knows that. Now that he got all his runs against spinners, do you think there's a possibility South Africa attack him with just fast bowlers? I was listening to Wasim Jaffer the other day saying that he needs to develop some kind of shot or find a different range of strokes to get runs against fast bowling.
So I guess
Shreyas continues.
Shreyas continues because okay.
Who's the backup for Shreyas?
That's the real question. Do they have a backup right now?
Why not? Deepak Hooda batted at 3.
Hooda would be the only other option.
I would say Hooda fits in two aspects. One, he has the bowling spinner thing. But I would have gotten him in place of Akshar Patel.
I would have probably brought him in place
of bowling is getting tonged.
And you want to make batting changes.
So you remove one. But you cannot remove a regular spinner, na? You get another spinner. For Akshar is another thing. But I'm saying when your bowling is getting tongue, a part-timer cannot replace a regular bowler, and then you're not strengthening your bowling, making it weak.
In fact, I think the batting for the next game doesn't need to be touched. That batting lineup got you 200 runs. I think questions need to be asked about the bowling.
Hardik and DK are there all the way down till number 6 if you
have DK you didn't even utilize.
So exactly.
That has nothing to do with it. DK
so I think and ironically the one bowler who we thought maybe was on potentially could have been rested, Avesh, who was probably the least expensive of all bowlers.
No, Avesh had a good game.
He had a good game. The two bowlers who you thought would be as spearheads, Bhuvi, Harshal, both ended up having a poor game. In fact, they had strikingly similar figures, 1 for 43, 4 overs.
But Bhuvi are not going to ignore after just
one bad game.
And anyway, he's in your bigger scheme of things. You're going to continue with him. So
Yuzvendra Chahal fits in. So it is
Chahal needs to be bowled more.
And
2 overs.
I don't know, maybe why was there that, okay, I'll come to that Rishabh Pant part in that as well. That reticence to not bowl Yuzvendra Chahal totally. Similar situation like we had pointed out in that IPL game, Kolkata versus Rajasthan. Same target, 200 plus was been chased, Kolkata were cruising. Yuzvendra Chahal had gone for runs also at that time. He picked up 4 wickets in that 1 over, which changed the entire complexion.
Maybe
so why doesn't
KKR skipper Shreyas Iyer tell him that listen what he did against us?
Exactly. Where was the
he's part of the team.
Yeah. I mean, hey, IPL you did this, na? Why did you try it here as well?
I wanted to tell Rishabh Pant or maybe he didn't like talking to Rishabh Pant that much.
Yes.
Sanju Samson is not the other way you would have advised.
I know.
He would have done a lot more than
Why are you saying he doesn't like talking to Rishabh Pant?
Rishabh Pant displaced him. in the DC
Yeah,
lineup.
but it wasn't Rishabh who decided.
No, of course not. But I mean, he's not going to be holding that grudge against the boardroom people. No, if he has to show it, he'll show it to Rishabh.
See, but again, it adds to that long list of blunders that Rishabh Pant made.
Yeah.
IPL, that MI-DC game didn't take a review against Tim David.
See,
what happened after
the
that?
Yuzvendra Chahal thing, I think, was inexcusable for a simple reason. We were debating in the last, the post-match, is that you're saying, oh, he's a leg spinner, so he'd be turning it into a left-hander. But you made Akshar Patel, who's a left-arm orthodox, bowl all 4 of his overs against a left-hander.
Against a left-hander.
And David Miller was thumping him around for fun. So,
Yeah. That's why I said a Deepak Huda would have taken it away.
yeah.
Or a Ravi Bishnoi.
Or you could have had a Ravi
Again,
Bishnoi
Bishnoi
against left.
gets it in. He doesn't.
No, he gets it into left
to a right-hander.
So he'll get away from a
He'll
left.
only bowl googly, so it's away from the left-hander.
Exactly.
But he bowls only flat, straight.
No,
quick
Google,
stroke.
nice
So
Google
maybe you
figure.
need
So
that.
okay.
It's a different bowler na, from UZ Chahal. You need variety.
It's
People
easy to tonk him also because he misses his length most of the time. 6 balls, he'll miss the length 4 times.
I think the major problem was, again, if you on a pitch that was quite clearly well to bat on, you have to trust your wicket-taking bowler. Who was your wicket-taking bowler?
You
UZ
have
Chahal.
to. You have to blame. You cannot blame Shreyas Iyer, the batter. You have to blame Shreyas Iyer,
The fielder.
That one drop
One drop catch. True.
changed the entire
Changed the
equation. Van der Dussen was struggling, 29 of 31. After that, next 15 balls, 46
No, but
runs.
okay, but to be fair, I mean, drop catches here and there.
It's a continuation of the IPL syndrome. All the best Indian fielders who you are assuming that they are a safe fielder, they are dropping catches.
But okay, let's put it this way also. Even if he had taken that catch, it's not like they didn't have batting lower down. And it was a very good pitch to bat on.
They finished it with 5 balls.
5 balls to their batter.
Exactly.
64 of 30.
In all of this, you mustn't forget that, okay, that a lot of people might say that, what should India do? Should they make changes? Actually, that's what we're discussing. Love to know your thoughts. But if I was to be the opposition team or a fan of Indian cricket, I wouldn't want them to make too many changes because that's the first sign of them panicking.
Exactly.
That's the first sign that they're panicking. Secondly, we mustn't forget that it was an important toss to win as well. South Africa, you heard from Temba Bavuma, who came at that toss, said that batting second is really advantageous. They did a practice game there. We read that comment. He said it helped. So we are forgetting in all of this. What did Ishan Kishan say? 150 also would have been enough. Would have been enough with the way initially the pitch was behaving. So the tougher part of India batted, or the tougher condition India batted, yet got 200 plus. So that's kudos to the batting. And as you pointed out, maybe batting is not the issue. So I don't think they're going to take.
And I think if you have to look at a very holistic picture of the Indian bowling, they were trying variations but missing the lengths. But when they hit the lengths, they were missing the variations.
Yeah.
That happened with Bhuvi. Bhuvi is a master of executing the Yorker.
No, I think he went for 2 slower balls, which got whacked. Now on another day, those 2 slower balls were deceive the batsman. He gets a wicket.
Yep. Harshal Patel, that low dipping full toss, some worked, some didn't work.
I still maintain that ball to Pretorius. He didn't intend that. Pretorius missed it entirely, which is why he ended up casting it.
Slightly bigger font, please.
Yeah.
Anurag. Sorry.
Harshal had best of both worlds. Gave him a send off, but had a mawkish smile as well.
I didn't understand him giving him a send off, but okay. I mean,
RCB and CSK. Come on,
why
that
not?
rivalry. Dwayne Pretorius putting them off guard in that chase. He was the one actually.
Yes.
Put India off
no
guard.
one. I don't think anyone anticipated Dwayne Pretorius coming into bat number 3.
Number 3, that's the thing.
Okay, I'm
But
going to.
apart from, if I have to look at the South Africa batting.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
South Africa batting, after the Van der Dussen and Miller stand, who was the other batting? Because Pretorius was promoted up the order. Who else was there? I think there was not much of batting left after that.
There are at least 1 or 2 more options, realistically.
I just opened the scorecard.
I'm pretty sure Parnell was down there.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Wayne
Parnell.
Parnell can be a good hitter.
So-
Wayne Parnell, yes.
And again would have been a left-hander, which would have
Not help matters much.
exactly.
Exactly. So you had
again go down. I'm pretty sure. No, next one. Yeah.
Tristan Stubbs.
Tristan Stubbs.
Yeah, but Stubbs
And
on
Keshav
table-
Maharaj
and
also.
Keshav
Maharaj, you can
Maharaj,
count
Naresh
that,
Shamsi, Okay, so till Maharaj.
Technically, even Kagiso can score quick
so
fire.
two left-handers.
And he's your number 10.
3 left-handers.
And Kagiso Rabada.
Who's also a
Yeah,
left-hander.
3.
No, I'm saying batting.
Kagiso, yes.
So they had batting. That was not an
That
issue.
was
They finished with 5 balls to
Five
spare.
balls to
Just
spare.
I want to take a few comments. Ricky Patel, good
He's
friend,
back.
is here. He's
Yeah.
asking where's Rahul. He's taken an off day.
Yeah.
I'm on a half day. And it was not a great start to the day. We had a match day and we lost miserably.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Bad omens for Monday. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was such a bad match that I even left my bat at the ground. My bat, I think, is lying on my desk now. Somebody brought it
See,
back.
losses. We are all talking about how people.
So long
take
as we win
international
Monday.
Losses. Nikhil takes his losses by leaving his bat at the venue.
Yeah, I was very upset. I dropped a catch also.
Oh.
Won that game on my own bowling. Cotton ball.
But that's very risky. It's 50.
Then that guy went and got a 50.
Oh, God.
No, but then taking catches of your own bowling is 50-50.
Yeah,
sticks,
no, it came
doesn't.
it's given me a blue mark.
Well,
really fast.
Well, we are all team blue. I hope Nikhil does not sustain
Yeah, it's good that I didn't get too many runs today
Or will
because
you-
law of averages.
Law of averages means there's a
Maybe
big
like
one
Graham
coming.
Smith still playing with an injured hand.
Yeah, that's minor injury.
Minor.
He hit it very hard, came on my face. I saved my face. But
Oh yes,
That's more important actually at that
yeah,
point.
dropped the
Yeah,
catch.
absolutely.
So he lost that. So yeah, so to Ricky, Rahul's on an off day. He must have partied a lot since we won an award at the NT Award
Yeah.
for best sports show. So he went to collect it. After that, must have partied. So is not with us today, but hopefully
congratulations.
will join us tomorrow.
Yeah.
There were a few questions. Shreyas Jain wants to know, I think Bhuvi should bowl 3 overs in the power play. Hardik, Akshar and Avesh can bowl 1-1 alongside Bhuvi in power play, and Harshal should start his spell around 8th or 9th over and usually around 6th or 7th. Again, Shreyas, I mean, that's a very fixed template. And I actually like the fact that he went with using the power play. We don't see that very often, but he did that. I think it was a decent gamble to take, and that's what they did. But you can't have, I mean, Bhuvi 2 overs, not bad. Avesh maybe 2 overs up in the power play. You could mix it with a bit of Hardik,
Yeah.
as you're saying. But all depending on the situation, I don't mind a spinner in the power play. By the way, Akshar is another good option in the power play.
Yes.
He bowls a bit quicker.
Quicker, yes.
So he's also not bad. But I think they also look at a lot of matchups and who's batting and if it's a right-hander and all of that.
Also, Bhuvi's ability to nail the Yorkers
Yeah,
generally
yeah.
means you save 2 of his overs for the death.
No, I would want Bhuvi to bowl at the death. Then Harshal is, of course,
Yes.
a death specialist. Avesh also on his day can nail those Yorkers.
Yeah.
He had a great IPL the season before this.
2021.
Yeah,
The
where he
X
was
factor
getting
should be
the.
Yajuvendra Chahal bowling in the death. That will be a clincher because see, Chahal is a known death bowler and he's had success also in that.
For India, if I'm not wrong.
In the 2017 period, when India were dominating, the Kulcha duo often came to bowl at the death overs, and they excelled in that. So why not try it even now when you want them? And
Yeah.
see, a spinner in the death overs is a two-edged sword. Either they'll take wickets because batsmen will go after them; they'll give their wickets away, or you'll get whacked spectacularly.
Yeah, there's no middle ground there.
There is no middle ground. So if you're brave enough to do it, I think the first option works.
So Suraj Mondal says selectors dropped Mohammad Shami after the T20 World Cup despite having a better performance in the World Cup than Bhuvi, but Bhuvi is still playing every match of the T20 World Cup. What's your opinion? So Surajit, I don't think that Shami has been discarded from the T20 team. It's just that because he's an all-format bowler, they are using him judicially. So if you will say when the World T20 team is being picked, okay, and we have been discussing this on Sports Today as well. Mohammad Shami along with Jasprit Bumrah are a certainty. They were going to be back in that World T20 team. Just that they've been playing a lot of cricket right now, so they're not part of the team. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, by the way, I'll give all the credit to Rohit Sharma on that front. Bhuvi, after the injury, wasn't the same bowler. We saw that in the IPL as well. I think they got him back for that Sri Lanka and West Indies T20I series. And it's not that he set the stage on fire from the word go, but gradually came into his own.
Yes.
Even this IPL, he had a decent IPL compared to what was happening right after the injury that was coming. So he is gradually becoming better. And why? I mean, my point is, why wouldn't you want a Bhuvi in top form?
Yes.
If you really want, or you're the well-wisher of Indian team, you would want a Bhuvneshwar Kumar in top form because you know he is one of the best. By the way, before, I mean, that 2016, 15, 17, that phase, he was the best white ball bowler of India. I had even Jasprit Bumrah, by the way.
True.
Yep.
He was by far the best bowler. You knew with the white ball in hand he'd do. And why would you want him at that stage or performing at that level? If he is, imagine having Bumrah, Shami and Bhuvi all on top of their game. So Bumrah can pick up wickets anywhere. Shami picks wickets with the new ball with his seam movement, and Bhuvi comes and picks wickets sometime with the new ball and then nails it at the death with those Yorkers. I mean, what a dream attack it would be, but they really need to be in top form. If that happens, then I think they are ahead of everyone. Even Harshal, even Avesh Khan, everyone else.
Then everyone else can take a back seat. Doesn't
absolutely.
matter.
You would want that.
Plus Chahal in that mix.
Exactly.
Variety.
Yeah.
That's too good.
Sagar Singhal's question, let's take that. He says, Nikhil sir, if Ishan, Shreyas and other young players perform well, and if Rohit, Virat continue their bad form, will we be seeing them playing the World Cup? If yes, then what is the use of resting them and trying new? Okay. Firstly, no matter what happens in this series, no matter how many runs are scored, there is no way that India is going to the T20 World Cup without Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli.
Simple as.
Unless they're injured. First things first. Okay, they are going. What this series is doing is helping you identify your 15. And there are those 1 or 2 spots here and there, and I'm just talking about batting, not bowling. There are those 1 or 2 spots that people are auditioning for. You want to just have that, as I said, that 14-member squad who's a backup number 4 or 3 or the finisher. That's all that is happening right now. So that's the first part of your question. And the other bit he's saying is, Sagar is saying that if you see them playing the World Cup, which we answered yes, then what is the use of them resting and trying new thing? Maybe because they were not in the best of form at this IPL, and a lot of former players had suggested that they need to be rested, and they are the 3 format players. One, their form, 3 format players, India being in continuous cricket, and if, by the way, that logic also extends to Mohammad Shami that we were talking about. That logic extends to a Jasprit Bumrah.
Correct.
So why not for a Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma? Sometimes you need a bit of a break, you come back a bit fresh and you score runs. Isn't that what everyone wants?
Exactly.
Absolutely. So if that's the thing,
and
if any of you disagree, please feel free.
No, that's the thing. I mean, India plays so much cricket that there's really nothing wrong with sometimes resting and rotating players to keep them fresh. And how else are you going to find the next generation? You're just going to let them only play domestic cricket and say, do well in the IPL. You have to try them out internationally to know what is it that they're made of. So, and I mean, if we're talking about the 11, let's face facts. None of the players who are in there right now are really competing for a spot in the 11. Once everyone is fit in final, I'm giving you the 11 right now. It'll be Rohit, Rahul, Surya Kumar, Kohli, Pant, Hardik, Jadeja, the 3 pacers you mentioned, if they're all fit, that's 10, and Yuzi Chahal, that's your 11. That's your set 11. So what these guys are competing for is a place in the 15. So, a backup middle order.
The other thing that these guys, and it's good to see these guys playing, I think the other thing that these guys would be doing right now is the thing that, and I've said this very often, that if you do not have a great T20 World Cup, and then they'll be assuming, and then there'll be 2 back-to-back T20 World Cups where India wouldn't have performed well. And if let's say your stalwarts don't have a great outing, then I think there will be that phase where you're going to say that, listen, let's get these guys to work on the 50 over World Cup, because that's slightly more suited to the game. But T20, we're going to have a complete change. We're going to look at
different
revamping it with youngsters, fearless cricket, all those templates, all these words that are being used. Then maybe these performances count. Because then when you're making that, when you're looking at who are the youngsters coming in, then you will look at whoever has done well here and giving them a chance. So, I mean, that is what everyone is playing for now, I think.
Exactly. Rajiv is saying Oz is playing with their main team against Sri Lanka, and India making experiments against South Africa. But those experiments have been forced also. KL Rahul getting injured at the 11th hour.
No one
Kuldeep Yadav also getting injured 11th hour. And you already knew that after a rigorous IPL,
they always running that
Rohit, Jadeja getting injured in the middle of the IPL did not help. So, Kohli, Rohit and Bumrah were anyway going to get rested.
Correct.
Also, how many Australian players were playing actively in the IPL? I mean, not like the Aaron Finches of the world who played a few games.
2 games and then sad.
Exactly.
Warner played 6-7 games.
Hazelwood, Warner, I mean 2 I can think of, and Maxwell.
Stoinis.
But again, also got to remember, Maxwell is not all format, right?
So he's a white ball.
So then, but you can't compare them to the all format players that India have.
True, exactly. And there's only, I think, 2 or 3 all format players in that Australia team in this current Sri Lanka T20.
It's here. Cummins, Hazelwood.
Warner, Hazelwood, Stark is injured, he's out of the thing.
Cummins.
Yeah.
Cummins. That's about it.
Exactly.
No one else.
Yeah.
Because Stoinis doesn't play tests.
Exactly. Neither does someone like Ashton
Neither does Marsh.
Wade.
Mitchell Marsh doesn't play. So
There's a lot of players there who I don't
there
think.
is going to be another problem. Like they're saying, okay, maybe teams are approaching this with a different template altogether. Their preparation says South Africa are playing the full strength 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
But because everybody is available for them.
Yeah.
And how many months are there? Just 4 months, and they don't play. Then South Africa and Australia don't play that many matches as
Exactly.
No, and also India needn't worry. There are how many T20? 20 something.
25.
So there'll be enough.
So even if you
T20s
discount
for
these
the
five,
main team to play.
Yeah, discount these five. There's 20 matches.
Yeah.
5, 2 against Ireland, 3 against England,
Yeah.
5 against the West Indies,
Correct.
Yeah.
then 2 against Sri Lanka, then the Asia Cup, and then Australia.
So there's a lot of cricket to be played. Essentially, you're resting players now because you run the risk of burnout. If you have these same players being flogged like horses, playing every match.
Yeah. I mean, you'll expect Bumrah to play all 20 matches before the World
Not
Cup.
a chance. Not a chance.
I think I think Asia Cup is going to be that one tournament where you'll see a full-fledged Indian team
Possibly.
playing.
England
Very, very
series.
important.
Yeah.
England series, yeah.
West Indies, maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Ireland not. Definitely not.
Definitely
because
not
you'll
Ireland.
anyway-
All due respect.
Yeah, all the test players will anyway be there in England.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're out. Parminder says, once Boucher said that Van der Dussen has a temperament of Callis in 360 game of AB. Let me look at our huge Van der Dussen fan, by the way, and we were, if you went into and checked our
IPL
likely
videos.
11, even before the IPL has started, we said Van der Dussen is a must for Rajasthan Royals, but they didn't. They ignored all our suggestions.
They had Riyan Parag
barely-
playing as the spinning all-rounder.
Oh,
option.
yeah,
Only
that's
3 foreigners for most of the.
That was what was so baffling. It's not like their foreigner quota was filled.
No, but they might just say, hey, we reached the final. So shut up, all of you guys.
If he was fit, they would have won it.
Maybe, absolutely.
I mean, what is their bigger concern? Lower middle order batting?
Absolutely.
Look what he was doing for South Africa.
But, as I said, big fans, but let's look at temperament. Sometimes, take it with a pinch of salt or what former players
Obviously.
say they want to play up their players.
Not just that, Boucher was the coach also. So
That's what I'm saying. So they play up their thing. But the temperament of Callis, okay, we whatever I can remember, Van der Dussen again the India Test series didn't have a great Test series against India, and that's where you need to see the temperament. But had a good white ball series.
Yeah.
So temperament of having the same temperament as Callis, he's not quite there. Whether he reaches there, I don't know. But that Callis temperament, like a monk that he would be,
Callis was a cucumber.
different.
He was cool as a cucumber, that
absolutely.
man.
I've not seen it. Maybe there is potential. Maybe he reaches there. As far as 360 game of AB, not quite. I mean, last game, Van der Dussen was 29 of 30 or something.
30, yeah.
AB de Villiers rarely, no matter in which situation he comes.
He was
If
not
he's
29
played
of
30 balls.
He would have reached
60
80.
runs. 60
Easy.
runs.
70, 80. Yeah.
So he's still quite far away from that.
But that's
too.
taking nothing away from how good he played.
No, he is good. As I said,
Amazing
we
player.
like Van der Dussen.
We're big Rassi fans.
By the way, we
Good.
underestimated. AB with 30 balls, he would have reached 100. Remember, he has
He has
the
the fastest
But I'm saying,
century.
that is a rare occasion. But even on an average day where he's not firing on all cylinders, also 30 balls, he'll be 50 easy.
I
like on a
know.
bad day. Also.
Oh, yes.
So
There
so
can
no
only one.
comparison.
There was luckily one AB de Villiers. That's it.
Yeah.
Also, Dave Sachdev not liking your comment at all. Pleasant atmosphere in Rajkot as we are having our first rain of the season. How's the atmosphere in Delhi? We're dying.
Today I played a cricket game.
How? Like at
Yeah.
10:30 in 11 in
And
the
I'm
morning?
It
always
was the
surviving.
only thing that we survived on the game.
Yeah.
And the game was supposed to start at 7:30. We want to start early, but it did not. It started at 8:30 and went till
God.
12:30 when the sun was on top, and we were fielding second. So
Oh,
even
God.
worse. The only thing that was slightly gave us some relief today was there was a breeze there today.
Yeah.
Few weeks ago we played, it was still, okay, and in that heat, again the slight relief that you get in Delhi is that we get dry heat, which isn't as energy sapping as
Humidity.
humidity,
yeah.
which we got a few days ago. We played a game where it was hot and it had just rained the night before. You know,
Oh.
that was terrible. Where after every over you needed to drink water, but today heat was 41, 42 degrees for sure, but because it's dry heat, so if you kept having enough water, it was kind of okay, but not great. Not great.
We need to get Nikhil Check playing in this heat. 43,
Not
44.
great. Not
It's
great.
not ideal for
Still,
sure.
There was a nice breeze blowing today.
Yeah.
We're not saying cold, but at least if there is some sort of breeze blowing now,
You can live with it,
We breathe at least.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's next to impossible. Yeah, Rajkot, yeah, very jealous.
Very
of the
jealous
weather.
that they're getting rain.
By the way, the team arrived in Cuttack. I saw it was like as if it is. I saw the Indian bus. I was watching some visual. The Indian team in Cuttack, they were escorted by some 100 cars traveling. Like even Prime Minister doesn't have that kind of security that the Indian team had. I saw some visuals. Not these ones. Those were like new, like absolutely crazy amount of security. That's what happens when you go to small towns. You're made much of. And then Rishabh Pant was entering the team hotel. My God, at the hotel only there were some 10-20 dignitaries to welcome him, and one by one he had to pose with anyone who came with a bouquet of flowers and was giving him. So I could see that Rishabh was also a bit
international cricket is coming back after a slightly long gap to Cuttack also.
Crazy.
2 years. I guess.
Not just that. I think this is the first international cricket that we're having that will be played in front of crowds in a while. In India, I'm talking about.
No, the India West Indies series was played in front of crowds in Cuttack. That was before the pandemic.
That's pre-pandemic. I'm talking about.
So they stay in Bhubaneswar. Covered games there. You stay in Bhubaneswar and you travel to play to Cuttack, and that's about a 1 hour drive, 50 minutes, 1 hour, some sort of drive there. And Cuttack is the old town, one of the oldest towns in our country, probably in the world. Like it can rival Varanasi, one of the old towns. And then Bhubaneswar is a more new age, well developed sort of a town.
Sure.
So
Beautiful
they
city,
travel. Bhubaneswar is a nice, well organized
city.
I don't know whether, I think it's the same guy who designed Chandigarh also did Bhubaneswar, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't know.
Corbusier.
I don't think so. Maybe I could
Not
be wrong.
sure,
Maybe.
not sure.
But it's one of those planned cities, Bhubaneswar, compared to.
There is a fort also, I guess, just outside of the Baravati, right? Just
Otto Königsberg.
Yeah.
Temple city of India. Yeah.
First
like Chandigarh, see, just go back. It's like Chandigarh and Jamshedpur is one of the first planned cities of India.
Correct. There we go.
It's one of those planned cities where you had the commercial areas, residential, like broken up into blocks. Let's take a few questions, Anurag, before. Alok Purohit say, hey Nikhil, does India have any chance at the T20 World Cup? Of course they do.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about a T20 World Cup, that on a given day, because the margins are so small, and on a given day the team that does really well will win. I'll give you an example of Australia. They went to the last T20 World Cup, I don't think they were even the top 4 favorites of most people. They were not. And a horrible warm-up matches also. Most of the top guys were out of form. But on the day, experience counts, how you play a certain big games. By the way, again, forget about what was thought when it started. When the T20 World Cup was on, I think Pakistan emerged as a clear favorite.
Yes.
One bad game, out.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody would have picked New Zealand as well.
Yes.
So that's the thing about the T20. West Indies is a clear example.
And there are 2-time winners at times when no one really fancied them as being out and out favorites.
Exactly. India has gone to a few T20 World Cup as favorites, not done well. Sometimes you go in as slight underdogs, you do well.
True.
And so that's the beauty of the T20 World Cup, that on a given day, 2010 West Indies, where England won, also weren't the favorites to win the title. Beat Australia in the final.
Yes.
Yeah. So
there were no clear-cut favorites in most of the World T20.
Yeah.
I think 2014 Sri Lanka, when Sri Lanka won, they were an exception because they had built up great momentum heading into the World T20. They had won a series in Bangladesh. They had also won the Tri-Series ODI also.
India were favorite that, I think.
India,
that World Cup.
Yeah, 2014, yes, because it was after the 2011 thing. You still had that core.
You had won 2013 Champions Trophy.
Correct. Yes.
India were favorite for that.
Yep. 16, no one expected the West Indies to do well.
Exactly.
2020, Australia.
12 also.
12 also. Sri Lanka were the favorites because played at home.
Yeah, they were playing at home.
And they had not lost to the West Indies.
And they were looking good.
That's the thing. T20 is such a format. Sometimes you can be a little unpredictable.
2007, who gave India?
Who gave India a chance? No one.
So,
one
of
bad
course they have a
loss.
chance.
One bad loss can dump a team out. Ask South Africa and Pakistan.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. to Alok as well. That's why we keep saying, and a lot of people also question us, saying that you keep harping about Rohit, Virat, and these guys, they can't. But I tell you, boss, in a big tournament, experience counts. It's not always the guy who throws caution to the wind, is the most aggressive, will win your game. Not necessary. It's
At
the
international
most
level,
experienced
definitely,
guy
no?
who will win you World Cups. David Warner, again I keep giving example, came into that T20 World Cup last time.
Horribly out of form. Couldn't get a game for SRH.
Was not even in the 15
Yeah.
prior to the end.
In fact, since then has been in outstanding form.
Yes.
Rajiv says, keep defending the Indian team always. Media is supposed to criticize and question. This is why we never won a T20I World Cup after.
Oh, but we criticize them a lot.
No, I like this. And when people say this now, you should feel happy, because there are lots of people who call us Indian team haters as well.
Oh, yeah.
Rajiv calls us that we're defending them.
The other side of the spectrum.
Yeah. We aim to please.
Apparently.
We'll take that, yeah. I think we'll take it as a compliment. Farid is saying David Warner or Rohit, pick one.
Hey.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Why not both? Okay, if I have to pick for his all-round play and destructive ability, Rohit. Rohit.
Good call. What?
I mean, if you're going all format, Rohit slightly edges it. I mean, very slightly, not much.
I'm going with David Warner, man.
There's no wrong call
That
here.
guy.
sadly.
Always defies expectations.
Like, for example, Rohit's done really well as captain, won you so many titles. Has Rohit the batsman won you a title
As in,
single-handedly?
No.
You're
IPL
talking
title.
about ICC?
IPL title.
No,
First
IPL definitely
title.
not. No.
No, not an IPL.
Warner has.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Has Rohit the batsman won you a T20 World Cup single-handedly?
No.
Kind of Warner has.
Kind of, yeah.
It was him and Marsh.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
Test cricket, Rohit has come into his own now,
No.
but David Warner, Test cricket, another beast.
Yep.
So I think all-round player, David Warner, man.
Yes.
But one-day cricket, I think Rohit's
Rohit beats
better.
him
Yeah,
quite clearly,
he beats
yeah.
him. But I'm just looking at overall.
Yeah.
Oh man, David Warner, pitbull that he is.
And on course to becoming the second guy to play 100 matches in all formats if he does it.
Yep.
As Rajiv points out, he's concurring to our point. He says no one expected India, Pakistan, England, Sri Lanka, West Indies, Australia to win the World Cup when they won the World Cup.
Yeah.
In T20,
That's what I
the
said.
favorite never wins. In ODI cricket, it's the opposite. Always the favorites win. Actually, that's not wrong.
Though the trend is like
Kind
this.
of, yeah.
In the
India
T-
2011 were favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
England last time were favorites.
15 Australia were favorites.
Alongside India and all. But
Yeah.
favorite meaning there are like 4-5 teams that,
See, the trend is in the T20 World Cup, the host nation has never won it. Yet.
Oh.
yeah.
In the ODI format, the host nation started winning only after 2011. 2011, India won.
No, technically Sri Lanka also won.
1996.
yes, 96, yeah.
Yes, technically 96. But yeah, India won 2011, Australia won 2015, 2019 England won. So 2023, India again expected to win because of home conditions. But Australia in 2022 might be a different dynamic.
But, again, if we're talking about the impact of IPL, and we're seeing how players are now able to adjust to Indian cricket better, Indian conditions.
Just go up.
What's the guarantee they're not going to do it in the ODI format as well?
Yep.
Absolutely.
This time might just be a different
stop
challenge.
there. So like Farid is saying, David Warner won 2 World Cups and his test record is better than
Far
Rohit. That's
better than
exactly
Rohit.
what I
Yeah.
said, Farid.
Yep.
As an all-round player, I would be tempted to go with a David Warner.
Yes.
Something else. There was a question which I forget your name. Sorry, I missed it. Can India play Bishnoi alongside UZ Chahal? I think they can for few reasons. Firstly, in IPL it's pretty common for team to play 2 leg spinners.
Yeah.
So they have. Plus, Bishnoi is a very different leg spinner from UZ Chahal. So there is variety as well. There's no sameness to that.
Yeah.
But while they can, and that wouldn't be a wrong call, I doubt that is going to happen. I doubt you will see too many changes in the Indian team.
Yeah, like in the Sunrisers team, Mishra had the guy Karan Sharma who just darted in something of those kinds.
Ayush Pithale has made a prediction. He's saying, Alak Singh had asked me that question. Ayush has made a prediction. India is not winning the T20 World Cup, which is an easy prediction to make because the chances of them winning will be 10%, right? If we're going to divide it amongst
10 teams, sure.
So 10%. So it's easy to say someone is not winning. You know what is a tough prediction to do? Which
Who's
team
winning?
is winning?
Yes.
Let's hear that.
Who thought Australia winning the last one?
Exactly.
No one.
Like easier thing, like I can say New Zealand is not winning the world. That's an easy prediction to make. They can win, but there's a 10% chance or whatever, right? By the way, many people are pointing out you're looking like Aman Singh, you're looking like Paresh Rawal. Actually, he takes it as a compliment. He's a huge Paresh Rawal fan.
Yes.
Massive. You're calling him
That
Paresh
is the
Rawal.
only Bollywood star that I would love to meet. That is the only guy I would like to meet. Someday.
Only one.
Yeah.
Not Katrina Kaif.
No. No.
Alia Bhatt.
Nah. Not at all.
Ananya Pandey.
No. No. Only Paresh Rawal.
Interesting.
Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan,
No,
Akshay Kumar.
no.
Akshay Kumar, no.
Don't
Ranbir
say
Kapoor.
Pranam, no.
Amitabh Bachchan.
Well, I did meet Ranbir Kapoor once in 2008.
Amitabh Bachchan.
No.
How?
I don't have a...
Rajnikant. He's also Bollywood star.
Yeah. Well, we were related.
Oh
My God.
Yeah, how you? He's a Maharashtrian, you're a Tamilian. How you related?
No, we were related. I'll tell you that story.
We were, matlab, no more. That relation is gone.
Gone.
Acha, okay. Through some marriage or something.
Yes, you got it.
There we go.
Interesting. So Phil is saying in Australia with full pack crowd we need experience. Yes,
Agreed.
most likely there will be a full pack crowd.
Yeah,
Everyone's done away with any corona protocol, so that's not happening. Alu Arjun is asking. He's not Bollywood star, but
Yeah, I mean, Allu Arjun will. The chances of me meeting him are very, very slim because I don't know why. He will not come up here and.
why not? He could come for a film. May never know. You're in the
Nowadays,
office.
and when
you know all Bollywood stars.
And let's be fair, nowadays South Indian cinema is really taking off across the country.
I know,
So
I know.
you might just see it happening.
Well, my apart from the Bollywood, if I were to meet just one star, it would be Kamal. That is my one dream. Kamal Haasan.
Kamal Haasan. He has come to this office many times
Wow.
for a lot of shows.
And Vijay Sethupathi. These two guys would be my two
So
meet.
Vijay Sethupathi, I like very good actor.
Yes.
Fantastic.
The redemption of SA team is really commendable. There is no redemption because they have won 10 out of the last 11 T20s.
So I think he's talking about that trend itself that they in recent times.
Name na.
Fareed.
Fareed.
Fareed, yeah.
Fareed.
So no, in recent times, I think before like Bavuma was appointed, they were seen as a bit of a team in crisis. So
What do you make of Pradeep Srivalsan's suggestion? Very interesting. Should ICC organize one final World Cup ODI and drop the format? Only tests and T20 going ahead?
I mean, based on the recent comments by Greg Barclay, I don't see how much
did
of.
he say?
He had said that there's going to be less and less time for organizing Test cricket.
Oh,
He had said that obviously T20 leagues is where the money is at, so that's going to be given preference and this that. So you're talking about giving Test cricket the short shrift. I'm not sure where ODI cricket is in the future, but
I wouldn't want Test cricket to go away.
No, definitely not Test cricket. But
I think one day could be sacrificed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think ODI cricket.
But then again, they say the ODI is the best format for all advertisers.
Because of the
Length of it, yeah.
But I tell you what, see again, I agree the length is there, but with interest dropping, what you've done is basically, see again, when Test was there, and how did Test start losing its relevance? Because ODI came and it was like a new drug which people got addicted to and started enjoying it, right? So, but now you've given them another more potent drug which is T20. And they're like, want that. And then the ones that like the leisure or the whole format of Test cricket and our old school, and they'll still go, the purists will still go. So Test cricket also will continue to have an audience. But the ones that desire thrill and bang cricket, for them you've got a better format. So I think the first sacrifice could be
ODI cricket, correct.
And while it is long for the advertisers to come in, but because if the interest is waning, then if lesser people are tuning in, doesn't matter how long the game is. And then it could be.
So that's the thing. I mean, ODI cricket, why did one day cricket come about in the 50s? It's because the English cricket organizers realized that attendance for Test cricket or even 4-day domestic cricket was dropping. So they brought in one day cricket. Why did T20 come in? Because they realized that the audience.
Imagine ODI cricket came up by accident. If you have to look at it, because 1971, that abandoned Test in Melbourne, the organizers were suddenly let's just have a 45-over game. And who would have thought it would kick off from that point? But I think who gave that impetus? Kerry Packer. Kerry Packer with his even
colored
clothing and
West Indies had this pink, by the way.
Yes.
This was West Indies' West Indies pink. Baby pink.
playing under the lights made a huge factor.
And what is the modern day Kerry Packer if you have to look at it in terms of giving impetus? Something like an IPL.
Yes.
That's what's given. That's what's opened the game to new audiences.
But that is
ECB can say 100 whatever they want.
But then I'm looking at it. Supposing in 2023 we are all saying IPL is going to have a huge cycle. Say 4 months it's going to be.
Yeah.
All the leagues are going to be in that sense. So
then
where
bilaterals will be sacrificed, no?
Bilaterals will have to be sacrificed.
And what was the first thing that they looked to sacrifice? ODIs.
ODIs.
Because T20I is where the money is at.
You only keep T20s in the Test Championship.
Yeah.
That's it.
So test you have for the purists. The T20s is to bring in a new audience potentially, or bring in those people who like the thrill.
Yep.
Of like lots of sixes, lots of bang bang.
Yeah.
And then maybe hope, okay, they see this and they might just get interested in the longer format. Yeah, ODIs could be something that's on the chopping block. Maybe not immediately, but long term, its future is in danger.
Because you look at the ICC cycle for the next 8 years. 2024, you're hosting the World T20 in West Indies in America. 2025 is the ICC Champions Trophy that is coming back, ODI, in Pakistan.
Yeah.
26 is the World T20. 2027 is again
ODI
the
World Cup. Yeah.
So you have 2 World Cup events in 4 years.
Yeah, it's kind of diluting the whole point of a World Cup. I mean, the whole thing, why is it that people look forward to say an Olympics or things like that? Is because the novelty factors there are, 4 years difference. Here, if there's a World Cup happening every year, it dilutes the impact of it, regardless of whether it's different formats. Yep. But let's see. I think, in due time, in due course, the ODI cricket format will be in some danger.
Somebody said that will there be a telecast of the IPL media rights? There's no live telecast now, but you can follow it live. I think online, a lot of people will be giving you updates because BCCI keeps updating as to where the bid has gone. My memory serves me correct. It happened like that open auction for the India rights, not IPL. Last time IPL didn't have, but the India rights were like that. I think it's going to be something like that. But for all you know, it could even go to the second day. I think again it happened in the India rights last time, so it could go to day 2. We don't know, but we'll keep updating you as and when we find out. As things stand right now, what the only tip that we can give you, I think, Viacom 18, Network 18, however you see it, is the number 1 contender because
Amazon pulled out. If I'm not
Amazon
wrong.
pulled out,
and
and what I hear from Disney Star, they're not very keen to go big on this auction.
They have the international cricket, so
yes, they do, but they also will come up, and then they may want to save up for that. So they may not go very big on that too. I guess what we're hearing.
2023, right? The international cycle.
Yes.
After the end of the World Cup, they'll bid for the
I think
rights.
next year is India cricket. 23 again is also India cricket.
Yes.
And then also the ICC. If I'm not mistaken. Again, I don't know exactly, but
I think for them it would be more lucrative if they can hold on to the international thing, because I mean we did see this year IPL ratings dropped significantly, so maybe they
plus
don't
the kind of money that are being spoken of may not be very feasible, and
for them
for anybody, but for a new player sometimes it's not just about the balance sheet, so it's not just profit and loss, they got other things as well.
Correct.
To establish, maybe get a subscriber base in, they have a new OTT platform that they want to push, and then you look at it not as just a profit and loss sort of a bet, but you look at it if you're going to pump in lots of marketing and also the money to push a digital platform, then you treat it as that okay, even if I lose that money, I'm treating that money as initial investment to push a platform. So the various things that they look at. So at the moment seems like it's going to be the Reliance owned Viacom 18, which
the Sports 18 brand is
Sports 18 brand, which is the favorite. But the digital platforms course is Voot, so you could most likely see IPL on Voot going forward. But again,
thank God I have a subscription.
So do I, because of football.
Yes, exactly. So
football.
they have all the 4 leagues except
Serie
Premier
A,
League, Liga,
Liga.
La Liga,
Yes,
Bundesliga.
and the
Bundesliga.
Bundes. Yes, they have all.
Yep, they got a lot.
They
And
even have the
tennis as
League
well.
Cup and everything.
Yes. Some tennis as well, ATP. Yep.
Not bad.
And then they have the Thomas and Uber Cup,
I know.
which did very well.
Which did very well because India ended up winning.
So,
but that's something you can be following with us live tomorrow as well. We will also be posting our reactions and analysis to that.
Yep. As Vignesh points out, Ravi Shastri is set to sacrifice T20 bilateral series. I don't think that will happen.
No.
If you ask me, sacrifice the ODI bilateral
series, correct.
And imagine
In fact, sacrifice all bilateral series other than test series.
yes.
Just have bilateral test, and for the white ball, keep
World
having
Cup.
these World Cups, or have these quadrangulars that we used to have, or
Yeah.
tri-series, and that's much more fun.
This is like what Simon Abraham points out. Cricket should now be done like football, leagues, WTC, and World Cup once in a while. Be a
Agree.
very good format.
Absolutely agree with Simon.
Imagine we are thinking about doing away with ODI bilateral series just when who is topping the ICC ODI World League cycle? Afghanistan. Afghanistan are on top
Yep.
and almost assured of qualification.
Yep.
And who's in danger? Sri Lanka and New Zealand.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So as Dikshit is saying, ODI template is really changing. 300 is a new norm, not a winning total
yeah.
anymore. And many players these days have 50 plus
Average.
But that I think is making it even more boring, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Because if you want to see just, as I said, very attacking cricket, then there cannot be any better format than T20.
T20s,
Yes.
correct.
I think what can make one day cricket more exciting is not 350 or 400 scores that you get. In fact, competitive games, those low scoring games make it
Yeah.
even more interesting if that can happen.
I mean in
It's not
2020
Bring back the concept of 2 new balls.
that
No, they have 2 new balls right now.
that
You're
only
saying
is an option.
one per inning. Yeah, right now they have 2.
No, I'm saying 2 new balls. I mean 2 per innings.
2013
2 per innings is what they have now.
Oh, they do.
They
Yeah,
do.
25, 25.
From 1992 onwards that changed. That was
Right.
the policy. But 2013 India-Australia series, every total was 350 plus. And India chasing it down. Australia also scoring. but
That's,
not
that's the thing. I mean, if we're talking about like we are the generation, me included, really, who grew up on ODI cricket as the shorter format. So at one point it used to be a thing of 250 is a competitive total.
Yeah.
Now 300
I
is not
like
even a
that
winning total.
ODI.
Yes.
I like
now
that
300 is
ODI.
not
When
even a
we
winning
chased down
total.
325 at Lords 2002. What
It was a
feeling
big
it was.
deal.
Exactly.
It was a very big deal.
Yep.
I know.
Yep. Oh, to fail Malid Wale. Is it Malid Wale? Is that
Malid
Tufail Malid Wale.
Tufail Malid.
I like your suggestion. He says, should Virat open and Rahul play at 3? Not a bad option. Rahul can be at 3, and I keep saying it that Rahul, when he'll play for India, I think he'll play a bit more freely than what he was doing with the Lucknow
Lucknow
team.
Super Giants. Yeah.
Because the approach that they had and the batting order that they had and the middle order that kept failing, I think that all prompted him to bat that certain way. So it won't be a bad option, but either or, I think it's okay.
See, I think Rahul, the batting position does not matter. He has
Yeah.
achieved success in all the positions that he's
Biggest
batted.
Rahul fan.
Yeah.
Biggest KL Rahul.
KL Rahul.
Sure.
No, you can disagree with me.
No, I mean, no, see, I don't think
There
it's
are-
wrong, especially because with Virat in T20s specifically,
Yeah.
he seems better suited to start off his innings when the field is in.
Yep.
So that's not a terrible argument, if you ask me.
I like that suggestion.
Yep.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Ishman Alag is saying the best bowling attack for India with T20 World Cup will be Bumrah, Ashdeep and Shami, and Shami and Bumrah handling the new ball and Arsh and Bumrah handling the death. The only thing is, how would you conclude, and again we've all been impressed by Ashdeep, but how do you conclude that Ashdeep is the third best
Solution
bowler
for-
that you
Exactly.
have? Let him play a few T20
Yeah.
games for India and then let's find
Exactly.
out.
Whether he gets
just
a
on-
chance in this series also, we don't know.
He may get a chance, maybe not now, maybe
The fourth and fifth matches
going
maybe.
forward,
Yeah.
Because I think the bowlers they'll keep rotating. They won't have all bowlers throughout.
Yeah.
So, by the way, Karthik M, one day cricket should be 4 innings of 20 overs each is a suggestion that I had said many years ago on a different platform,
Yep.
and as another suggestion that Sachin Tendulkar
Yeah, I
has
remember.
said a few
That's why I was
times.
remembering. Yes.
But I love that suggestion. I'll tell you why. We played a lot of tennis ball cricket this way, and it was great fun.
Yes.
Great fun. We did 10 overs to fantastic fun. Why? It gives you the thrill of making a comeback. So
Yep.
let's say your first 10 overs didn't go well, and then the other team bats. You know the conditions, what you got to chase. In the second, you can make amends, and this is the element in Test cricket which I love.
Yep.
And if you can throw that in a white ball game,
In
it is
one whole day,
fantastic.
yeah.
I want that to happen.
The Australian domestic scene in 2012 did try that, no? The One Day Cup,
Oh, really? Did they?
they did
I
45 overs
Okay.
split into 2 innings of 25 and 20.
okay.
So that, and your best bowler, designated best bowler, gets to bowl close to 13 to 14 overs.
Why that?
Because ace factor
So
bowler.
how did it play out?
it didn't get that much of success.
Well, it's new, na. You have to stick with it.
Yeah,
I mean,
and plus again, it's in domestic cricket, so
plus people take time to get used to that. I mean, you got just one domestic. It's not
25 overs first innings, the lead in that 20 overs, and then you
remember when T20s came, people hated that as well.
Yeah.
Now it's the money driver in the
Yep.
sport. So
They even in the T20s prior to that they had the Supermax, no, 10 overs.
yeah.
The New Zealand Supermax conceptualized by Martin Crowe.
Didn't you also have something called Hong Kong Super Sixes?
Yeah.
Another precursor to T20 cricket.
Imran Nazir giving away 48 runs in 1 over.
Yeah.
Jairaj, which month ODI World Cup will be held next year? I think March or
Yeah, it's in the early. It's
early,
before.
early. Before the IPL
I have to come. I think it's in October now.
No. Hold on, let me check.
Yes,
let me
it
check.
is.
No, that is
Not-
the T20 World Cup.
No, even ODI. It won't
Really?
be because Pakistan are playing a series in March. So
Let me
they
check.
can't play
Let me
before
check.
the World
Let me
Cup,
check.
no?
Let me check. Let me check.
And April to this thing is anyway with the IPL.
Anyway, IPL though we're not touching that.
It is around October November period, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe that's a change.
Yeah, it won't be held around the
No, let me check and tell you.
Rahul Baba, no. Our red versus blue game on Monday will be telecast only on the SportsTak app. Not on this channel, not on YouTube. It's only on the app.
Actually, it's correct. Yeah, October to 26 November.
October to November.
Yeah, for the first time, I think.
Also, they would need some sort of a gap, a year's gap between the T20 and the 50 over. You can't have it within a few months.
6 months, I think. Yeah, you can't have that. So imagine when was the last time we played an ICC event in October, November in India?
In India, I can't. No. The subcontinent, no. Australia, I think we played 92. Did we play end of the year?
No, we played in February, March.
That's why. End of that because it was their summer.
Summer, yes.
Southern hemisphere.
That is going to be a very novel factor. October, November. ICC event in India, that too.
Yep.
87 World Cup, I think, was held around March, April. Only.
Yeah.
87, 96.
Again, India, na, so. Yeah, but there was no IPL, na, then, so.
Exactly.
Okay, I think that's it for today. We can't take all your questions, but thanks so much for giving us company. Don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today if you
So,
haven't
in
already.
the end, you're not going to make any changes for the second T20I?
No,
I
I
wouldn't
actually
want
said,
to,
and I said that I would make one change. I would bring in Deepak Huda for Dinesh Karthik.
Dinesh Karthik.
Yes.
Shane, what about you?
No, I don't think I want to stick with the same team. See how they do. At least one more match.
Yeah.
Then maybe make a change.
Kolkata Knight Riders experience. Can't change an entire
No,
squad.
please, no, God, no. Well, no.
Yeah, I would say instead of Avesh, try Arshdeep.
Okay, fair. Avesh was your.
But Avesh was your most economical bowler, so it would be really harsh. Really harsh.
Anyway,
but let's
those
see.
are the suggestions. We'll be here live ahead of the game. Starts at 7, so we'll be live from 6:15 onwards. We'll do the live toss-up day, team changes, everything and we'll be in full strength.
This
all
is
four
just
of us.
a precursor to the main match that will happen on Monday.
This is the order.
That is a rivalry.
Yes.
That is a derby.
Derby.
Mohammad Rahim Khan, before we go, I'll take your question. Nikhil sir, please predict KKR future course.
Shane Dyers.
I wish. Do a better job.
If Delhi let him go,
Ricky.
Ponting. Why
he'll
not?
be that guy. He's played for that franchise.
Yep.
First season.
2008.
Yeah, I remember. I still remember the best thing about that entire thing was one time John Buchanan was having a training session or a practice match, and not even under floodlights, so lights off. He's like, no, you guys play. Akash Chopra, who fun fact was also part of the franchise, asking Ricky Ponting, has he lost it? Ponting says as if he ever had it.
I know. He wasn't the most loved.
Yeah, he was.
Buchanan was not. No.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Subscribe to Sports Today if you haven't already. Tomorrow, by the way, apart from the match, all the IPL media rights updates, we'll
yes.
keep